Why are Australian visit visas getting rejected so much? Painful reality. The dream of visiting Australia, kangaroos bouncing around, stunning beaches, and of course the occasional encounter with a deadly spider to keep things interesting. But before you even get the chance to worry about getting bitten by something venomous, there's a more terrifying hurdle: the visit visa application. Lately, Australian visit visas seem to be getting rejected like bad Tinder matches. People are applying with high hopes, and Australia is swiping left. Why? Is Australia playing hard to get? Let's break it down in a way that'll make you laugh, cry, and maybe reconsider your holiday plans. The mysterious case of high rejections. Once upon a time, visit visas were approved like sausages at a Bunnings barbecue, fast, easy, and with a little bit of excitement. But now, the rejection rates have skyrocketed, leaving thousands of applicants scratching their heads. Immigration officers seem to be holding the stamp like it's their personal treasure, only willing to approve an application if they feel some kind of cosmic connection. It's like they're asking, do I truly believe this person will leave Australia after their trip? And if there's even a whisper of doubt, boom, rejected, proving you'll leave. One of the biggest reasons for rejection is the difficulty in proving that you'll actually go back home. The Australian government isn't running a free Airbnb service. They want to make sure you're coming for a holiday, not to find a way to settle permanently. Let's be honest. Convincing an immigration officer that you love your home country more than a Sydney beach is tough. If you're from a developing country, they assume you'll fall in love with Australia and start Googling how to marry an Aussie before your trip even ends. Even if you have a family, a job, a house, and a pet kangaroo back home, it's still not enough. Immigration officers need solid proof that you'll leave Australia when your visa expires. And here's where things get ridiculous. A full-time job isn't enough proof. They'll say people quit jobs all the time. A family isn't enough proof. People leave families behind all the time. Owning property isn't enough proof. People rent out houses all the time. At this point, they want you to sign a contract in blood, swearing that you will personally swim back to your country if you overstay. Strong ties, the most confusing concept ever. Immigration officers love the term strong ties to home country, but what does that even mean? If you're married, have 5 kids, and run a business, you'd think that's enough. Nope. Seems like they want you to prove you're an actual celebrity in your country. Maybe if you send them pictures of you shaking hands with the president, they'll believe you'll return. Applicants have tried everything. Submitting love letters from their spouses proving they'll miss them. Rejected. Attaching bank statements thicker than a Harry Potter book. Rejected. Showing property ownership documents with golden stamps. Till rejected. It's like Australia wants to see a legally binding contract that you love your country more than Vegemite. Financial proof. Are you secretly Jeff Bezos? Another killer reason for visa rejections is finances. Australia doesn't want visitors who might end up busking at the Sydney Opera House to fund their trip. They want solid financial proof that you can afford your trip, but their expectations can be wild. You show them $10,000? They ask, what about emergencies? You show them $20,000? They ask, but will you have money left when you return? Some applicants even submit bank balances higher than the average Aussie savings account, but still rejected. Makes you wonder if Australia wants you to have a side business in gold mining before they approve your visa. Suspicious travel history. Are you an international spy? If you've never traveled abroad before, immigration officers assume that your first ever international trip will turn into permanent migration. But if you've traveled too much, they might think you're an international wanderer who will eventually fall in love with Australia and never leave. Basically, there's no winning. Some applicants have visited 10 countries before applying for an Australian visa, thinking it will prove they always return home. But immigration officers look at their passport like a detective in a crime drama and think, suspicious. Fake documents? Congratulations, you just got banned. Now let's talk about the real troublemakers, the people who submit fake documents. Some applicants, in a desperate attempt, forge bank statements, create fake job letters, or pretend they have a wedding invitation from a distant cousin in Australia. The problem? Australia's immigration system is smarter than your friend who always catches lies. They verify everything. If they catch you, congratulations. You just earned yourself a ban from Australia for a few years. Nothing screams permanent rejection like trying to convince the Australian government that you're the CEO of a company that doesn't exist. The interview game. Say the wrong thing and you're out. If you ever get called for an interview, be careful with your answers. Immigration officers are trained to detect even the smallest lie. They can ask simple questions like, "Why are you visiting Australia? Who is paying for your trip? What will you do in Australia?" But even if your answers are 100% honest, they might still find them not convincing enough. If you hesitate, stutter, or accidentally say something dumb, your visa dreams could crash. Imagine this. Officer, why do you want to visit Australia? Applicant, because it's beautiful. Officer and applicant, Officer, rejected. Final thoughts. Is there any hope? Despite the high rejection rates, some people still get approved. If you really want to visit Australia, make sure your application is solid. Here's a checklist to increase your chances. 1. Show strong ties to your home country, job, family, property, etc. 2. Provide detailed travel plans, booked flights, hotel reservations, itinerary. 3. Submit proper financial proof, enough savings for your trip and emergencies. 4. Have a good travel history, or at least don't make your first trip Australia. 5. Be honest and confident in interviews. But even if you do all this, remember, immigration officers still have the final say. It's like playing a lottery, but instead of winning money, you get permission to see koalas.